Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. It is a beautiful Friday afternoon, last day of May. It's really nice. We're hanging out at the creek where we seem to congregate when we do these deep funk videos. And had some problems with something chewing on one of the ducks. So hence the AR and the sidearm, but we always carry those. But I had several people email me and ask me questions about what would you do if your spouse is not on board with you as far as your prepping, your preparedness, your homesteading, you know, what would you do? And that's a dang good question. And you know, I have had some experience with it. I have been married more than once, and so I have been around it and dealt with it through several occasions. But I mean, it's what I would like to do is just kind of do an overview, and these people emailed me and they said, you know, what would you do? And some there were like two that were women or ladies who said, my husband's not on board with it, what would I do? And then there was like a guy and he said, my wife's not on board with it, and you know, what would I do? And I will say, you can email any questions to mayhemcountryliving@gmail.com. That's where you can really send all the information to me as far as specifics if you have questions about the channel and just prepping and stuff like that. I have one other email, but it's mainly work based, and I tell you the truth, unless you talk to me about how much you're going to pay me, I don't even really look at it. So that's my work email. But this one, mayhemcountryliving@gmail.com, guys, send me whatever you want, and I'll try to respond to you about that. But this is what I know. I've been married several times, and I have dealt with quite a few women in my life. It's not bragging, it's more of an embarrassment and a confession than a brag. And I can speak to you about that aspect of it, and a little bit about the other, how a man feels. Now, let's address the first part. If your wife is not on board with your prepping, it's tough, because that's your household, and you know, you don't split your household. So one of the things you would need to bear in mind, gentlemen, if you are out there, is to think that your wife, your lover, your woman, whomever is your partner, is concerned about the home, the health, the security of the household. Maybe I need to preface everything by saying my wife and I are very traditional. I go out and I work in commercial industry, and my wife takes care of the household. So we are very, very traditional. And no, we're not Mennonite or Amish or anything like that, but this is how we do it, and this is how it is, and she's happy and I'm happy, and by God, this is how we're going to do it. If you don't like it, I don't care. That's the way it is. But when a man talks to his wife and says, hey sweetie, it looks like some crazy stuff is going to be happening, maybe we should start setting aside some stuff and do this and this and this, and maybe we should buy a bunch of guns, a bunch of bullets, powerful. This is what the woman thinks. She takes care of her family and her household. You know, and if you think it's racist or actually sexist or anything like that, I don't give a shit. Absolutely, yes it is. But it's what we do. But she thinks about her household and her family and her circle and what is in her household and what is good and how she's taking care of her family. And she thinks that I have this in this circle. He's talking about something over here. And I don't like it over here because it's not natural to me. I'm not used to it, and it makes me uncomfortable. And so she balks. And she says, well, maybe we shouldn't do it like this. Maybe you should just not spend so much money doing this and this and this and this. And you know what? She's absolutely right. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should learn how to communicate. Gentlemen, you know, you don't love me. I don't care. It's okay. Conversely, there are a lot of lady preppers, women preppers, who take care of their households, and they look and see the things that are going on, and they say to themselves, oh my, I need to take care of this and situate myself where my family, my circle is taken care of. And she thinks about it this way. And then when she thinks about it this way, and she begins to do her things, and then she talks to her husband about it, and this is basic, natural. And the husband, she talks to him about it, and she says, I'm concerned about things that are going on. Maybe we should do this and this. Maybe we should talk to some people who are in groups, mags, you know, mutual aid groups, and look at what we can do. And then the husband, you know, riles up, and he thinks, she thinks that I can't take care of her, regardless of whatever. And then the man says, oh, no, that's absolutely crap. That's just crazy stuff. You're talking a bunch of junk. You don't know what you're talking about. Woman, just get in there and do this and this. Gosh, that's terrible. Because you've just lost the biggest asset that you have, gentlemen. That's terrible. I would rather have my wife, the hooch, you've met her and you've seen her on a bunch of videos with me, than any 5 trained operators, blah, 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 high speed and low drag crap. I don't give a shit about that. I'd rather have her with me than anybody else. And we work very, very well together. But we know what we need to do in our places and everything like that. Who's the better? Who's the stronger? Neither. That's silly. Neither one. Because separate we're halves. Together, you know, you're complete. Together, actually, you're probably 2. Because you help and asset each other's weaknesses. But more to come, guys. Okay, guys, now we're back. I'll spin you around, show you this, what I'm looking at. This is nice. And let's go back to, you know, generally what the women think when you hear stuff like, let's set aside, you know, $4,000 out of the budget and buy 1 year's worth of dehydrated food, sweetie, because I think the zombies are coming to kill us. And she thinks, oh my God, I'm with an idiot. Rightly so. I don't blame her a bit. Because the way you approached it, yes, you're an idiot. there's a right way and a wrong way to talk to someone to get them on board. If you argue with somebody, I don't give a damn if you argue about day is night and night's day. If you come yelling at me, I'm not going to agree with you. I'm probably going to hit you or shoot you. Just the way it is, the way I am. And that's the way most of you are. But a little tact and a little compassion and a little bit of understanding goes a long way. So you can understand that your wife is concerned, or your girlfriend, or your significant other is concerned about this because all of a sudden you want to spend $4,000 and you're talking about problems that come up that she can't take care of. That's significant for her, and shouldn't do it. And then conversely, let's look at it the other way. When the wife says, well, maybe we should talk to these people who do this group and we can go do this training, some guys would think, most guys would think, it's a slap in the face because she's saying, well, I can't take care of her because I'm just weak. Wow, that's powerful right there. I'm going to say, what you feel is what you feel. It's not right or it's wrong. There's no right or wrong as far as feelings. There's right or wrong with actions. If you feel upset, worried, tell them. It's not right or wrong. And if they balk at it, maybe you need to rethink who you're with. More to come. Okay, guys, now we're back, and I know everybody says, well, why are you wearing that hat? You just doing all that, wearing a boonie hat? No, actually, because I have like pre-cancer cells on my ears, and I wear that to, well, so I won't die so fast. How about that? A little bit of personal stuff. There are people in this world who are supposed to help you and lift you up. Make sure you're surrounded by them, because if they're not helping you and supporting you, they're just like crabs in the bucket trying to pull you down. And I did a video on crabs in a bucket, and you'll have to look way back. That's probably like 1,000 videos ago. But I can sit here and ramble on. I just would ask you, if you're with a spouse, partner, a friend, cohabitator who says, I think we should do this, shut up and listen to them. Listening, pretty damn powerful. My wife and I, have been with other people in different marriages, with other people, and it's nice to be able to talk to somebody and listen and not like hear their words, but listen to what they're saying. It's not like there's dishes on the table. That's really not what they're saying. You know that. It's like, I feel like you're not helping me enough, and I'm kind of lost, and maybe I could use some support. Maybe we could do a whole damn video series on this. And surprisingly enough, in another life, I was actually pre-med, and I was going for a degree in psychiatry. So, but I did not. So I am no official, nothing. Ask me nothing officially, because all I would say is sell it, buy it. That's about it. More to come, guys. Okay, guys, now we're back. But I just wanted you to know that there's an absolute primal reaction when a woman says to her significant other, maybe we should do this. And he balks and he says, well, blah, blah, blah. And he's a dumbass for saying it. And then when the man says this to the woman, well, we should do this because blah, 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 blah. And she's a dumbass for saying any kind of response back to him at that point, too. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes into play when you are merging two minds, especially around the concept of preparing for an unknown event. I mean, it really is. It's maybe at some point we need to have the hooch's perspective on the crazy stuff that I do. That might be a little bit more light shedding on the situation, because I do some crazy stuff, and she kind of keeps me in check. She says, you know, oh, cowboy, do you think we really need to get 5,000 tablets of Benadryl off of eBay? I did that. Yeah, I actually did that. Like 4 big bottles. But I don't know, guys. I'm not the best at this, but I'd had a lot of people who had asked me about this, and I did want to just touch base. And like I said, there's so many things we could talk about as far as how to do it and what not to do, and take my life as a template, and what I do absolutely the opposite, because my life up until I met the hooch was a damn train wreck. Well, it is, and I'm honest about it. More to come. Okay, guys, now we're back, and I guess we're going to wrap it up for this video. In just a second, you're going to see a picture of my ugly mug pop over here, as well as my beautiful wife. On the opposite side, there's going to be some videos if we are indeed to ran away. You guys, I would ask you to think about the person that you're supposed to take care of. And then I'd ask you to take care of them.